understanding conservation, understanding environmental nonprofits, understanding place, just knowing, you know, this is the Northwest and this is what it is to live in the Northwest. And I think that Seattle Audubon kind of helped me grow that image of what that means. My name is Brendan McGarry, and I got involved with Seattle Audubon as a very young kid, probably, I don't know, it's been either 8 or 9,
Okay.
and I loved birds, and this was a place to come to learn more about birds. And I think one of the things that struck me when I first started going on field trips was how much knowledge all the leaders had and how patient they were with me. I mean, even as a kid, I was aware, like, I was not like the typical person that was out on these trips.
I mean, I really do think that this organization offers a means for people to plug in through education, through our conservation programs and our citizen science programs. There's something for everyone. I like to say that there is a role that we each play at Seattle Audubon, and I think that's definitely lived out through our programming.
So I was the nature shop assistant for 2 spans of almost a couple of years each, I think. And I've helped out with PSSS, Puget Sound Seabird Survey, in like a volunteer role, and also helping train volunteers as well. Been employed with Nature Camp for a little bit, just kind of behind the scenes helping out there. I've done a lot of little things, hands in lots of different places, kind of inherent in a nonprofit. There's lots of roles to fill, but I can't think of a better place to go with more passionate volunteers. You know, the goal of, you know, free field trips, free neighborhood bird walks. There's tons of people that are out there that are really excited to share stuff with you.
It was just nice to be able to get with people who had the same passion and interest in birds that I did. My name is Neil Zimmerman. I got involved in Seattle Audubon 30 years ago when we moved here from the Midwest. I was president of the chapter in Fargo-Moorhead, and I wanted to continue my Audubon experience, so when we moved out here, I promptly joined Seattle Audubon when we got out here. I'm a master birder from the very first class almost 30 years ago. I am a volunteer with the Neighborhood Bird Project at Discovery Park. It's been, I think we're going on about 13 or 14 years. What I like about it is that we can kind of, like citizen science is, add some information on when birds are here and when they're seen. So an unforeseen thing that I really like is you see the change of seasons, not only in the plants but in the birds. When spring comes, you expect certain birds, and when the fall comes, the winter birds are showing up. So you get really a sense of seasons that a lot of people don't get.
One of the things that people love about the city of Seattle is that within 2 hours you can be out and be completely in the middle of the wilderness. And it's really interesting to think about how we have been involved with the creation of Olympic National Park's original boundaries, helping to establish North Cascades National Park and so many other protected lands around the region. We have so many opportunities to live in a city and get out within 2 hours and be completely surrounded by nature and know that Seattle Audubon had an influence on making that happen.
I am so excited about the Neighborhood Flyways initiative that's outlined in our new strategic plan, Seattle Audubon 2020. That's just the next evolution of everything we've been working on for decades. To see that come into the new century and be able to, you know, reach a targeted group of people to make an even bigger impact is really exciting.
I think when you look and you see that over 30,000 hours a year are spent by our volunteers contributing in so many different ways, be it the board members, the people who run the nature shop, our citizen scientists, there is just ample opportunity for people to plug in and go as far as they want with it.
100 years ago, Seattle Audubon was founded by volunteers. Since that time, fueled by their passion for birds and nature, Seattle Audubon volunteers have worked tirelessly to lead the community in appreciating, understanding, and protecting birds in their natural habitat.
Seattle Audubon volunteers are educators, providing engaging programs to children and adults across the city of Seattle and beyond.
Seattle Audubon volunteers are scientists conducting important bird surveys in all kinds of weather all year long.
Seattle Audubon volunteers are advocates protecting important bird habitat across the region, from old-growth forests to their own backyards.
And Seattle Audubon volunteers are the smiling faces and the friendly voices in the nature shop, helping you with all your bird-related needs.
Seattle Audubon Centennial Celebration is a celebration of their work, your work. Thank you, volunteers, for making this milestone possible.
Happy 100,
Seattle Audubon!
Well, we're a great urban chapter in a lot of cities that people don't get out as much. I think it's great that we can promote people to go to the parks and go to the trips and to have an interest in conservation and the environment.
This may sound extreme, but I don't think that I would be the person I am today without Seattle Audubon.